that's where you're wrong, James. I actually got something very negative, apparently. But what I got here today is actually Cloud9. So they played overpass against NIP recently, and they actually lost. And I want to break down this one round. It kind of shows that they're not exactly in the sharpest form. So let's take a look at this round first before I go through and break it down. So first thing you'll see here is that Axel gets the bomb carrier on res. Shiro somehow dies in the back to config at long. And then Nafni, as he's rotating in towards his jump up position, he also dies as well. And that puts Axel in a tough position where he has to try to fight for Banana. This leaves Buster and Hobbit in a spot where they basically can't retake. So what exactly went wrong here and what could have been better? So first thing you're going to see here is that Axel, as he comes in, he takes down res and he actually spots the bomb being dropped here. Now, typically, whenever the bomb drops here towards this long A position, normally you can expect that there's probably more of an A side lean. You should expect more of an A side lean. And what that also means is that the long A position is very likely going to be pressured. But take a look at Shiro's positioning right here. With Shiro towards this bathroom's position, you can see that he looks rather uncertain. He kind of goes into the bathrooms, then he decides to go back towards the site, and then he kind of goes back again, and then he ultimately settles on the Banana angle. But the problem here is that with him being in this spot, Axel is already watching this angle. They're both watching the same spot, ultimately leaving Config to just come out long alone and find him in the back. So as you'll see Config just crouches out, takes down Shiro, and just like that, they're able to get the kill. But what Shiro needed to do here instead was he actually could have gone into the bathroom position here instead, set up a crossfire with both him and Axel where they can lock down the bathroom's position. That's what could have happened here instead. But because that didn't happen, it forces Nafni in this spot where he comes up towards this jump up spot. He has to take this fight. But even then, Nafni's positioning here, he had a decision that he could have made when he was coming up and rotating towards the A site. He either could have went up towards the jump up spot like he did, or he actually could have went towards bank. If he decided to go towards bank, what that would do is open up a rotation for Hobbit to then take up the jump spot position instead. What you would see here instead is this type of effect where you have Hobbit here behind the smoke, you have Nafni here towards the bank side, and then what that does is it opens up the map for Cloud9 where now you have Axel and Shiro over here towards bathrooms. They lock down this side of the map. Hobbit and Nafni, they hold down this side on the left side. And really what that does is it locks down NIP to just the site. They don't really have any map control. And when you're trying to play a post plant, it's very difficult to try to win the round when you have no map control. Lastly, you'll see that Buster, as he comes up towards this connector position, he would be in a spot where he would group up with these three, or these two rather, and they would pinch the site. The main push would come here from this bathroom side. Hobbit and Nafni would hold the line and try to punish, and then you'd get this pinching effect towards the site, and that is what Cloud9 would have done if they had played it more properly. But because they aren't looking exactly the sharpest, we'll have to see if Big can actually punish these type of mistakes.